Yo, so I always get a couple of comments and a couple of PMs from people who can't understand, man, why my channel really hasn't blown up and why it's kind of, still under the radar. Personally, I feel that way because there's a lot of other people talking about the same things I'm talking about, so people have choices and they have options. But I think more importantly, I don't go after people who aren't going to challenge the way I think. I don't. I'm not a warmonger. I don't go looking for beef. And what I've seen, people who, to me, have some sort of intelligence in terms of knowing what they talk about, a lot of the times they go after people where they know it's going to be an easy victory, where it's just like, well, my logic is sound, but he or she doesn't have logic reasoning. So let me take my logic reasoning and go against their, unlogical reasoning, and of course I'm going to win and I'm going to look good. Or it could be somebody doesn't really know how to articulate their standpoint or support it. I don't do that. Like I said before, I don't have a problem getting, being wrong. I would love to, talk to people and debate people who feel differently from me, and it's all good. Why? Because when you're strong, right, in your viewpoint, then you should be able to defend it. That's how you know you're strong. So it doesn't matter if you feel a certain way, right? That certain viewpoint that you have, has it ever been challenged? Have you ever been forced to think about why you feel the way you feel? Like I said before, I feel a certain way, but I've talked to people who have told me something or, or referred to me to some video or left me some PM, and I said, you know what, let me go back to the drawing board and rethink how I see things, right? And that's just how I am, because that's the whole point. You have to take your game and to see if it's good enough. It doesn't matter if you practice on the basketball court all day and you look good when you're playing by yourself. You got the pretty jump shot, pretty crossover, you can dunk really nice. But if that doesn't translate over into an actual game that matters, then it's pointless. So the way I feel is you have a lot of people who refine their skills or have a certain set of viewpoints, but they really haven't taken it to a real game. Right, it looks good during practice or they're playing by themselves, or even when they do, quote unquote, want to take their game to, an actual court and play another team, an opponent. They play a weaker opponent. It's like the Lakers playing, some high school team, right, and saying, "Look how good we are," right? And you're like, "Yo, this opponent isn't even on caliber with you. So what's going on?" Go play the Celtics, go play the Cavaliers, go play a team that can challenge you to see, and by playing a team like that, you see where you're good, you see where you're weak, right? That's how I feel about my arguments. So for me, like I said before, if I probably wanted to, I can increase my views if I tried to pick some, YouTube beef like, 50 Cent does with whatever rapper's out. But that's not my thing, because like I said before, I'm not going to go after people where I know that their logic isn't going to challenge me. It'll be a wrap. Like I said before, my viewpoints, I would say, are more refined because I actually confront people on how I feel. There's nothing on YouTube, okay, that I've talked about that I haven't talked about in real life. So all these conversations, to be real with you, I've been having for the last 3 years. I've been having. All I'm doing is sharing it with the rest of the world or the rest of America, or who else cares, my 800 subscribers or whatnot, whoever cares out of that group or whoever watches it randomly. I just want to share it with you guys just so I can increase my game, right? When you're good and you're like, man, I'm the best person, I'm the best baller in my neighborhood. So what are you going to do? You're going to go to a new neighborhood. That's what I'm doing. So in reality, I'm taking some of my refined viewpoints that I've worked on in real life and taking them over to YouTube. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to put myself in a beef just to get ratings or just to get people to watch. Because there's a lot of people on YouTube who make a lot of good points. A lot of good points. I watch a lot of videos, but there's a lot of people who get a lot of views, and a lot of people tell me, oh, how come you get less views than some of these people? But, a lot of people got their claim to fame because they did a lot of beefs. As simple as that. Right? And they have a lot of followers who just watch and don't challenge how they think. I appreciate when I have subscribers who challenge how I feel. It's not about us always agreeing and you co-signing what I say and I co-sign what you say. I love this whole idea of, yo, Pink, I feel you here, but I don't feel you there. That's the whole point. And I tell you, yo, I'm going to take that under consideration. I'm going to take that under advisement. I'm going to go back to the drawing board and see if I need to change something or if how I feel still stays the same. That's the whole point of this whole YouTube thing. So as far as a lot of people who have that question, Pink, how come you don't get enough views? Like I said before, a lot of people don't want to take their viewpoints and put it up against somebody who also has their own set of strong viewpoints. They would rather go after people who they know they can beat, right? For whatever reason. And I'm not going to do that. Really, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to, I abstain from that. I'm not going to challenge anybody or call anybody out. The few skirmishes that I've had with people on YouTube, I've settled that behind closed doors and no one even really knew about it through PMs and private videos or whatever. That's just how I get down. Like I said, that is what it is what it is. Right? So, but I don't even really care about numbers, to tell you the truth. This is more therapeutic more than anything. Because a lot of these conversations, like I said, that I have here, I have in real life. But because so many of my friends are across America now, because we're getting older, some people are getting married, people got, things going on in D.C., New York, here and there, down south. We don't get a chance to meet up. We don't get a chance to talk. We don't get a chance to dialogue. So, me coming on YouTube kind of supplements that. There's nothing better than having a real life conversation with people. Especially people, and people that will challenge you. But, YouTube, it does the job. I'm thankful for the people I have, because you do have people out here who are intelligent. And people who have their own viewpoints, but who can back up how they feel. That's the most important thing, right? So hopefully that makes sense to a lot of people, and that answers the question to why my channel doesn't get more views. So you guys take it easy. Tell me how you feel. God bless.